Crypto is still going up. Exchange is still going down. Market cap has recovered pretty healthily at $900 billion. And I believe, personally, I do believe this is a false little mini relief rally. I can't see the bottom coming in. We got the highest CPI numbers, or we didn't even make a new bottom.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. There's got to be another rate hike coming. Yeah. I don't see how we don't.
Oh, it is coming for sure.
Yeah. How do we not dip further off of that hike? That's what I don't see. That being said, I would acknowledge we are near a bottom.
Yeah. Right. Well, I said yesterday, you can say we did get a wick today on the DXY. So maybe we got to see this cool off first.
Absolutely.
If this continues upwards, then it is what it is. It got a red dot on the momentum wave yesterday, and it didn't. It barely went down. And then today it pumped again. So I don't know. You can take from that whatever you want to take from it. But I said yesterday on Twitter, and I do believe this, that this is the first time that I'm willing to say that there is potential that we could see the bottom ASAP. We could see it very soon. We could see it in an hour. We could see it tomorrow. We could see it next week. Still think something's going to happen. We don't know is going to happen. I still push towards that November date, but I'm now open to looking at the Pi cycle top indicator showing a bottom is a very strong indicator. Hasn't been wrong. Stock to flow also wasn't wrong until it was. So keep that in mind as well. And I would say since we didn't get as high as we thought we would get, I wonder how that affects the cycle top. Maybe could be a little early, could be crossing a little early before we get the bottom. And that's the moving average, the weekly moving average of it is the 314 divided by the 52 week, or I don't know what it is. It's something like that. You can look it up real quick. Where they cross, you get a top. Where they cross, you get a bottom on the other side. But if you look at the weekly chart, just because it crosses, still a week or two, it has to still bottom. So I think by the end of July, we could see it. But I'm definitely open to thinking it may be further down the road as well. Hey, Ben, I think the 401k is a scam. I agree. I would never have a 401k. Who would do that? I would be foolish enough to pull it out now at 20% loss. Would be better to wait for a relief rally in TradFi. Well, I mean, guys, things are going to go back up. If you're in a 401k, it's for the long term, right?
Yeah.
So you had one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not, I mean, obviously you do whatever you think makes the most sense. But yeah, that's what I did. I had stuff sitting in IRAs that had barely moved in 10 years. I just liquidated it and put it in crypto.
Let's see. Quick market watch items here. This isn't really market watch, but Twitter loses service in the US and Europe. That was some outages people were having.
Right? I had that.
I didn't see any outages.
I had an issue this morning.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Bitcoin fighting key trend line near 20K as dollar index hits new 20-year high. So that DXY, something we have to watch, something we have to see. If it's going to cool off, then we could get a relief rally. But if that thing continue to moving forward, guys, there's no momentum to the upside. The only momentum you get is when it goes below 20K, it can pop back up to 20K.
Real quick, somebody did mention this is a good strategy. I wanted to come back on that 401k thing. They said you can take a loan against it, and that actually, technically, that is what I did. You can borrow against your own 401k, and then you pay yourself back with interest, but you keep the interest. So if you have a 401k and maybe a small amount of debt on a credit card that you're paying a high rate on that you want to knock out, taking a loan against your 401k, knocking out all your debt, putting it into crypto, that sort of thing, and then paying yourself back slowly over time, not a bad strategy.
Okay. I don't really think 401k is a scam. It just sounds boring to me. I've never had a job where I had a 401k. It's just not something I'm that well versed in. I generally know what it is.
I wouldn't say it's a scam as much as it's a trap. It tricks you into thinking you're setting yourself up for retirement when over time you won't really get the reward 40 years from now based on the way they're inflating things.
Well, it's over time, it's quantity of putting money in that should get larger and larger, right? So if you have a job, if you have a 401k for 40 years, it should be considerably higher than if you retire in 20 years, right?
Yeah, but the way they're doing it to defer taxes, and they're deferring taxes on the gains typically also. So it is just a mechanism that helps the government make the most money off of you, but you think you're avoiding it.
It's always about them. Always about them.
All right.
Guys, Bitcoin 20,300, Ethereum at 1135. Top gainer of the day. Quant pumping still. Look at that. I mean, 47% for the week. It was 42%. Just want to look at this real quick before we bring Tom on. Look at this trend line. So this is what I said, guys. I told you guys that if you look at this, if you were to draw this out and draw a line, there was some strong resistance right here. It got rejected, but then it broke out and it went above it. So made a higher high, and now it's made another higher high. So look, Quant can definitely be one to look at now as a candidate for having a breakout here. It already is breaking out. But traditionally, when you're at a resistance point and you get rejected, it's not witchcraft. That's just a good place to short.
Especially in a bearish overall trend.
Especially in a bearish overall trend. Yeah. I'm looking to long bull markets. I'm looking to short bear markets. And I do think, been thinking about it, TJ. I do think I want to bring trading back on the channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to commit to it. It makes perfect sense. We're going to be doing the sample portfolio idea.
Mm-hmm.
Did you miss that idea?
Probably.
We're going to be putting together a trackable, fully transparent.
Oh, good.
$1,000, $10,000, and $25,000 portfolios.
Cool.
We're going to really put crypto in it, and the people we don't know the mechanism for how you guys are going to see it yet, but it only makes sense to kind of go with that, do trading again as well. But I'm not going full degen.